Trump has himself a real honey badger. He just appointed Tom Homan head of the border. He's the real border czar, not the fake one like Kamala Harris. He says, you damn illegals better start packing because you're going home.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
Too much change. I'm representing for the gangsters.
Honey Badger was on 60 Minutes, and you had this woman ask him a question. She thought he was going to shrink back. See, this is a different kind of group that Mr. Trump has got together now. See, the worst thing that the Democrats did was cheat in 2020. I'm glad you did it. Now Mr. Trump has a mandate. And he has the kind of people, not the Mike Pence kind of types, not the Nikki Haley kind of types, not the Mike Pompeys. He got real men. And he got real women who's gonna fight. And so he was on 60 Minutes, the Honey Badger was, and she says, is there any way to deport these illegals without separating the family? The Honey Badger looks her right in the face calmly and says, of course there is. We can deport the families too. Mic drop.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Are you guys familiar with a honey badger? Well, Mr. Trump's new border czar, the real border czar, is a damn honey badger. You see these three leopards? The honey badger said, you don't want none of this, you better get the hell out the way. This fella grabbed him, he said, that ain't nothing, I'll get you again. He tries to get him from behind. He said, you want some? Boom, get out the way. Move, get out the way. He said, I got you now. He said, you think so, huh? You think so? He said, I got you now. He said, no, you don't. Let me think about that. That's a honey badger. He is fearless. We have ourselves a border czar who's just like this, fearless. Runs all three away and then takes a job. Say you don't want none of this. I guarantee you. The honey badger says when Mr. Trump get back in office, he gonna designate this drug dealers over in Mexico, Venezuela, wherever you from. He said when Mr. Trump gets back in office, he gonna designate you a terrorist organization and you're done.
I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
New border czar, the honey badger, says that if you are in this country illegally, you should not feel so damn comfortable. Doesn't that just make logical sense? The reason they're comfortable is because they got what they call sanctuary cities. He says he's going to make you real uncomfortable.
We will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first. And that's what the focus will be. And there's over 1.5 convicted criminal aliens in this country with final orders removal that we're going to be looking for. There's thousands of gang members, illegal alien gang members we're going to be looking for. Now, I'm going to say, if you're in the country illegally, you shouldn't feel comfortable. Absolutely not. I won't feel comfortable if I'm in the country illegally. If I'm in some other country illegally, I'm not going to be comfortable. You shouldn't be comfortable either, because when you enter this country illegally, you have committed a crime. You are a criminal, and you're not off the table.
See, a honey badger does not have any fear. He's attacking the damn lion. The lion is bagging up. Get him, Tom. That's the honey badger there. He says, you're supposed to be big and bad. I don't care if you got somebody sneaking up behind me. Watch this. He said, I'm not scared of none of y'all. Tom is telling the drug cartel, we ain't afraid of you. And you better take notice. Look how he's chasing the lion. He says, I guarantee. He said, you want to hit me? Look how the other one looking like, just leave him alone. He's crazy. That's Tom right there. He said, come get some. Come get some. You don't want none of this. Another thing I like about Mr. Homan is that whenever one of these, quote, ranking members or these frauds who's been having our borders wide open all this time, when they try to reprimand him, he doesn't stand for it. One speech he was saying, I don't have but 5 minutes to talk. And if you are offended, he said he doesn't give a bleep.
To say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit.
I'm still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got.
And then Mr. Homan goes on talking to this fella because he was trying to reprimand him. He said, I've held a 5-year-old in my arms when he died. I prayed over him. He said, but this problem needs to be fixed. This is the problem. He said, you are supposed to be in charge. Why don't you fix it?
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country. I've served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments
This is out of
disgusting
control.
as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life was like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member
We
of Congress.
agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on
Still
that.
got love for the streets. It's the G.
What I like about the honey badger is when this woman attempts to try to shut him down, hitting her gavel, saying order. He said, you work for me, damn it. You work for me. I'm a taxpayer.
But I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality.
People for 3 decades on this.
Gentlemen, time is.
Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan,
Look,
please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair.
Mr. Homan,
you work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
And then we had AOC is going to try to, thinking she's catching the honey badger in a catch-22, or so to speak. She says that you recommend separation or separating the children. He said, I recommended zero tolerance. She says, does this entail separating the kids? He said, when I was a police officer, when I arrested a parent, I separated the parent from the kids then. And if they want to seek asylum, go to the port of entry, enter the country legally.
So the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
parents. If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his family. Mr.
Homan, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you enter the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
The last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, hell, me and
President Trump is going to end the Biden-Harris open border madness. We will stop the drugs and the crime from pouring into your neighborhoods. President Trump has proven to the American people that he's a warrior. And he's going to make America safe again. And you can take that to the bank.
This is Tom here. He grabs a snake and put it on his shoulder and turns his back on the other one and says, I dare you bite me. I double dog you bite me. I got your buddy. Look at this. Snatched him up. Said, put me a gold chain on. What's up? You want to do something? Turn my back to you and dare you to bite me too. That's gangster move right there. That monkey got a gangster move. This is Tom right here. Double daring you. I wish you would.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together. How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it in this country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it in the country?
Snoopy dipping again. Kept my ear to the streets.